Final instructions.
High on both sides. Everything going up here be considered a clean punch. Now, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want you to keep this fight clean at all times, protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck. Touch him up. Buenas suerte.
10-point must going. He said he'd stay fast, he'd get fast, and remain that way throughout the fight. And it looks like that's what he wants to do. Marquez said, on the other hand, he's going to feel my power tonight before it's over. We'll see how it goes.
Marquez has definitely bulked up. Comes in at 143 pounds, the heaviest he's ever been. But he says he feels good. He feels like he still maintains some speed, and that's what he tried to do with his new physical trainer. And if he's able to stay with Manny Pacquiao throughout this fight, speed-wise, then I think he's got a good shot at pulling this off. If not, it's going to be a long night.
Well, we'll see. Train, you know, with a scientist and strength coach really hasn't been. Manny dictating the flow early.
He's a natural counter-puncher, and that's what he does best. So if Manny comes at him most of the night, that bodes well for Marquez, because his counter-punching style will let him get off a little bit more as if he's the one that's pressing.
You got to remember, too, he's 39 years of age. Both of these men have been in wars over their career, so both of them would be a little bit older than their chronological age in terms of their ring age. Hey! That's a Pacquiao round in the way I see it.
Left hook followed by the right uppercut.
Well, Manny can be hit by the uppercut, but Manny delivers an uppercut and then a left hook of his own. In his case, it's a left power shot because he's a southpaw fighter. Straight left hand down the middle, the way you fight the right-handed guy. There was a left hook and then back upstairs by Marquez. They're into it now.
But so far, it's been Manny, the one that
quicker. Another good left hand by Manny getting through. So far, Marquez really hasn't done much. He was tagged pretty good by that shot by Manny Pacquiao.
And one of those left hands, you know, in the first and second fight were the ones that sent him to the canvas.
I know it's early, but I got to tell you something. I don't think the weight suits Marquez. I really don't. He doesn't look really crisp to me. I know he's in great shape, but I also know he's 39.
Well, one of the things we knew, he was not going to get any quicker, especially bulking up and, you know, being a year older. That definitely doesn't help.
He doesn't. Well, that left hand will tell you something about crispness. And that's what they want, the left hook and right uppercut. Reaching that time was Juan Manuel. Manny very quick on his feet, gets out of the way when this guy assaults him. Gets off first again, and first again does Manny Pacquiao. The bell ends round 2. I started to tell you, as we settle into the fight, there was a lot of controversy about who would judge this fight. Only one Nevada judge, and that's Adelaide Bird. And none of the previous judges. Is he waiting, or can he get off? That's my question.
And that's a very good question, Bob. Because if he...
He drops Pacquiao for the first time in 4 fights. Manny is knocked down by an overhand right hand. There's the power of Juan Manuel Marquez for the first time. Manny Pacquiao hits the canvas in the trilogy of fights, now into the 4th fight. So Pacquiao did get knocked down. That's what Marquez wanted. On his legs back. Big legs to begin with, but they look very heavy as he tries to run a little bit. And people are cheering Marquez, Marquez. We got us to fight this time, folks, as if we didn't the first 3 times. Look at these guys loading up shots. Here comes the bell in the 3rd round. Wow, how about that at the bell? But he found a right spot for that right hand, which was the jaw of Manny Pacquiao. He ticketed and he did get it off.
You know what? I don't know if this has any bearing into what's going to happen later on or how they feel after the fight. But it's a small victory for Juan Manuel Marquez.
Not really able to avoid that big right hand. These are knockouts between rounds 3 and 6 for both fighters. 17 for Pacquiao, and Marquez has 10.
Well, this also may make Manny be a little bit more cautious and not as aggressive as he wanted to be. Because now that he's tasted Marquez's power, he might stay on the outside a little bit more.
Well, what I took in the first couple of rounds of being a bit lethargic, his shoulders are so much.
Manny to take advantage of something that might send Marquez to the canvas.
Nobody's winning this round, by the way. This is one of the real close rounds in the fight.
Landed a couple of good shots. He landed a really hard, stiff jab a minute ago that moved Manny.
There's Manny with a combination that steals rounds when you see a combination like that. But again, professional boxing is the hurt business. Those 3 heavy punches that Marquez landed, for me, would be enough to give him the round at this point with 20 seconds to go in round number 4.
I myself always ask myself to be redundant at the end of a round. Which guy would I want to be at the end of that round? Right now, I think I may have wanted to be Marquez so far.
And I would too, as he walked into another right-handed Manny. Downstairs goes Mark. Marital situation and the distraction of being a politician in the back foot. That's the right hand go. Actually, his punch. Oh, that's going to be scored as a knockdown. There was a light left hook, but it was enough to catch him off balance. So down goes Marquez. He'll take the standing 8 count. Not hurt at all. He was more off balance, but there was a left hook. So that negates what he did in a much more impressive way. Just a straight left hand. Back comes Marquez. That straight left hand by Manny caught him off balance, but look at Marquez battle back.
You know what? They said all week this was going to be a war. I had my doubts. I don't anymore.
Oh, no, I think you put that. Manny filled with confidence again. That's one thing. Even though it was, straight right hand by Pacquiao. Marquez able to gobble that up. Here's Pacquiao trying to drop him again.
I think Marquez is hurt.
He may be. There's a shot. He is. He doesn't run one. He fires back. Pacquiao is going to the finish right now. Marquez will have no part of it as he loads up shots himself. What a round of boxing this is. How about this, folks? Back and forth they go. Manny landing most of the shots. How about that round of boxing? Here comes the bell. It's all over in the 5th round.
And
Hey! Juan, how you feeling?
the jab, and then he sort of steps on his foot, but at the same time he connects with that straight left hand, and then Marquez goes down. I think it was a little bit of a
It was done because Manny busted him up with a cut across the bridge of the nose, and I think there's another cut as well.
And his nose may be busted because Marquez is breathing through his mouth right now, and it's only the 6th round.
Boy, this is something else. Well, we thank the world for Bob Arum to put this one back together, because this is a sensational fight to this point.
Busted.
Yeah, I think you're right, too. And you can see the mouth hanging down, which is very dangerous to get hit in the jaw. Now, the big surprise was Pacquiao was down in the 3rd. Then he was able to knock Marquez down ever so lightly in the last round. But then he busted him up in the remaining part of the 5th round. And back and forth they go here in the 6th. And Manny's really into this thing now. Hands high, straight left hand down the middle. Every time he puts that on the top of the nose, I'm wincing from the pain that he must be feeling with that broken nose. I mean, look at the dip.
Last round definitely took something out of Marquez, because he's not moving like he was in the previous 2 or 3 rounds.
No, you just take a look at the heels of the 2 fighters, and Marquez is down much more. He sort of stumbles back that time. That's an indication that the legs could be a little weak. What comes from. And they are back into a war again to end the 6th round. Manny went down. He hit him with the body shot. I don't know if he can get up
He
from
hit him
this.
straight on the chin.
He got him in the chin.
It's done.
He's knocked out. Juan Manuel Marquez has done it. He's knocked out Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao is still out. You know if he's hurt. It was in the far side. He caught him on the chin and blasted him in the body at the very closing second of the 6th round. What an upset. Juan Manuel Marquez has done it. He's knocked out Manny Pacquiao. Everybody from Mexico is thrilled. People from the Philippines are in shock. Here we go. Straight right hand right on the button. Whoa. Straight right hand knocked him out cold. Manny coming in and he walks right into it. Marquez had his body half twisted and Manny get caught right on the chin. Boom, right there. Perfect position was Marquez to land that shot. Manny knocked out cold. His eyes are shut right there. I saw a little punch with the left hand that I thought went to the body at the end, but it was already over. That's
9 seconds of round number 5. The winner by knockout victory, Mexico.